Hey, Dave Finney, Dave Tano here, internet's ex-Kanye fan, and it's time for a review of Davey's debut rap album, My Time. Davey is a YouTuber on the channel None of Davey YT. You may have heard of him. He makes excellent quality videos, and they are very funny. Although recently, it seems he's been taking an interest in rap, which does show up across multiple videos on his channel. Although coming into this, it was a very unexpected turn, and one I didn't think he would take. And at some points, that sentiment makes sense, because while listening to this album, at points it is very good, and at others, it is very hot, wet, doggy, dooku. Starting off with the production on this album, it seems that none of it is self-produced, and most of it seems to be YouTube-type beats, and it shows. At various points on the track list, you can tell these are just Don Toliver-type beats, Mac Miller-type beats, Baby Keem-type beats. It seems while they are good beats, none of them have their own style or anything like that. And before diving into the first track, I just want to take a moment and appreciate how dashing and handsome David seems to appear here on the album cover. With that being said, the first track, Thoughts on What's Lost, is a pretty sad and heartbreaking look at what seems to be a breakup. And while I must say writing a intro track on a rap album is a somewhat cringy way to deal with a breakup, it does seem to be therapeutic for Davey at points on this song, with a very nonchalant, kind of sad, heartbroken delivery, and with some generally heart-wrenching lyrics sprinkled throughout. And that first track is followed by the second track, My Time, which seems to be a more positive, uplifting look at David's current state and projection of what seems to be the album and maybe his general life as well. And from there, we move on to one of my personal favorite cuts on the album, Can I Be Alright? And this track is partnered with a excellent, surprising, slick, smooth, creamy, weemy, dreamy feature from Darian. The track starts off strong with a layered chorus, auto-tune vocals, which we seem to see Davey reaching into more of a mumble rapper bag with a Lil Wayne-like verse with kind of a, I don't know, nothing to see. He does that. From the verse, we get a nice little interlude with kind of just some more like that's kind of the energy of the track until we get into Darian's verse, which is, might I say, that's really all I can say about it. From there, we move on to the track Silly, which starts off with a pretty silly introduction when David says, "It's about to get real silly in here." And let me just say, it does get silly. We see Davey reaching into a more fast-paced, more lyrical style verse, unlike that of JID. After the verse, it goes straight into the chorus, which sees David switching off bars with Nano Machiavelli, or David's older brother, Devani. And from there, we get a very aggressive, misogynistic bitches every day, like killing people, murdering bitches, and having sex, and just a generally aggressive verse from Nano Machiavelli. And might I say, it does go hard as a motherfucker. From there, we move on to the fifth track, Ass Right, which features Dante on the back half with a very kind of serious, more contemplative, contemplating themes of like love, in contrast to David's silly, willy, goofy, woofy, silly Wonka verse on the first half. After that, we get the track Riverlino, featuring, of course, River the Kid, a more respected and up-and-coming rapper, and you can really tell compared to his last album, he is in a more creative and definitely improved lyrical space, as I must say he does carry the track. And with all those highs of building features, we seem to fall back down to a more sad, contemplative place with the interlude back. This interlude seems to be just a more raw recording of David strumming, singing some more sad lyrics on his guitar. And from there, we move on to a few more positive, uplifting tracks, like the track Family, which sees Davey singing notes that he can't quite reach but still attempts anyways. And from there, things wrap up nicely with the last track, Contemplate. And this, of course, sees Davey contemplating on some more general themes of his life, where he's going, where he's headed, what any of this means. And while most of them are well communicated, again, there is the notion that this is an amateur rap album. And that kind of sums up my general feelings of the album. I didn't even touch on the subpar recording on most of this, and the bare minimum mixing, and those elements combined with the raw, unpolished tone and inexperience of all of this generally do affect a big part of listening to this. But that's not to say there are some very incredible features. You can tell Davey is at least expressing himself and having a good time. So overall, I'm feeling a strong 2 on this one. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. And remember, anti-Semitism is not cool or okay. Hey guys, so I found a little sneak peek of the Whoa. Stop acting like you know something about me. Stop trying to act, I don't know how to breathe.